So in this video, I theorized that Applejack was actually Babs' mom. But who of all the stallions we know is her father? Well, lucky for you, I have two ponies that just might fit the bill. So let's begin. But first, we have to examine Babs and Applejack, because they have similarities, and that way we can know what to look for and what not to look for. So, they both have freckles, they both have green eyes, they both have an apple cutie mark, and Babs's coat is orangish tannish with a hint of brown. So, what we're looking for is a pony with red hair and with a brown coat. And our two colts, now stallions, are Sunburst and Trenderhoof. First, let's go with Sunburst. I mean, Sunburst comes with a family full of redheads, so it would make sense for Babs to have red hair. Plus, they even have the same stripe if you look closely. As for her brown coat, she could have easily got it from her great-grandpa Apple Snacks. As for how they met, I like to believe that Sunburst was studying under an apple tree, and while Applejack was out apple bucking, she saw him and kinda had a little crush, and when they got older, they eventually had Babs. Surprisingly, Sunburst actually meets most of the requirements to be Babs' father, along with a bonus genetic similarity between the two, that being the stripe. And Sunburst's blue eyes might be the cause of why Babs has light green eyes and not vibrant green eyes like Applejack. And before you go saying, "Oh, but Sunburst's family is all unicorns. Why isn't Bab a unicorn?" Have you even seen the Apple family? As for why he left, I'm willing to guess maybe he got a position in Canterlot or the Crystal Empire and he really wanted to make his parents proud. So yeah, that's the Sunburst side. But now, it's time for the Trenderhoof side. Okay, based on color palette, his brown coat plus Applejack's orange coat would actually make a similar color to Babs. As for the red hair, I guess it can either be from her grandpa Bright Mac or her great-grandpa Apple Snacks. But I'm leaning more towards Apple Snacks since he has the stripes and he has similar colors to Babs. As for how they met, I'm thinking maybe they met at that camp. Or maybe she just bumped into him in the road. But I know what you're thinking. In the episode Simple Ways, it's Applejack herself that says, "Who's Trenderhoof?"
Who's Trenderhoof?
So that obviously means he can't possibly be Babs' father, right? But in the same episode, Trenderhoof himself says this:
"Please, call me Trend."
"Please, call me Trend." So maybe it could be the same thing to the rah-rah thing, where Applejack didn't remember at all who Calatura was, but she did remember rah-rah. Why? Because that was the nickname she gave her. So it wouldn't be that much of a stretch if Applejack did the same thing with Trenderhoof and called him Trend. But I don't think she ever forgot him because we know Applejack. She's the type of pony to respond just like that. I mean, she even called Fashion dumb in front of her friend. Her best friend.
Fashion is ridiculous!
So with the stallion bothering her all day, why didn't she speak up to him or at least yell at him to go away? Unless, of course, she felt uncomfortable around him because he's the one who abandoned her and her daughter 7 years ago. Now I know what you're thinking. Obviously, that situation would give Applejack more reason to be mad at Trenderhoof and yell at him. And if you look closely, there actually is a hint of anger in her eyes while she's looking directly at him. Maybe she's remembering the stuff he did and abandoning his daughter. As for how he left, in my opinion, it's a no-brainer. He obviously got something related to fashion and went straight away without a second thought. Now that we know two stallions who might be the father, it's time for who I think might be the father of Babs, which is Sunburst, in my opinion. Babs could have gotten the brown coat from her great-grandpa Apple Snacks. But what's your opinion? Is it Sunburst? Is it Trenderhoof? Or maybe a whole different stallion? Let me know in the comments below.